Once a child named Aryan came to visit his Uncle Ravi during his summer holidays. Aryan used to play with his uncle all the time. One day, Aryan said to his uncle, "When I grow up, I want to become a successful person. Can you tell me some ways to be successful?" Uncle Ravi nodded and said, "Yes," then took Aryan with him to a nearby garden center. From there, Uncle Ravi bought 2 small plants, and they came back home. Then he planted one plant in a pot and kept it inside the house. He planted the other one outside in the garden. "What do you think, Aryan? Which of these 2 plants will grow better in the future?" Uncle Ravi asked. Aryan thought for a while and then said, "The plant inside the house will grow better because it is safe from every danger, while the plant outside is at risk of many things like strong sunlight, storms, animals, and more." Uncle Ravi smiled and said, "Let's see what happens in the future." After that, Aryan left with his parents. For years later, Aryan came to visit his uncle again. When Aryan saw Uncle Ravi, he said, "Uncle, last time I asked you some ways to be successful, but you didn't tell me anything. This time, you have to tell me." Uncle Ravi smiled and said, "Sure, but first, let's take a look at the plants we planted a few years ago." Saying this, Uncle Ravi took Aryan to the spot where they had planted the small plant in a pot. They saw that the plant had grown, but it was still small. Then Uncle Ravi took Aryan to the garden to see the plant they had planted outside. There, they saw a huge tree with branches spread far and wide, providing shade to passers-by. Now Uncle Ravi looked at Aryan and asked, "Tell me, which plant grew more? Which is more successful?" Aryan replied, "The one we planted outside." "But uncle, how is this possible? That plant must have faced so many dangers, yet it grew so big." Uncle Ravi smiled and said, "Yes, the plant outside had to face many challenges. But dealing with problems had its benefits, too. The plant outside had the freedom to spread its roots as much as it wanted. Problems like storms made its roots stronger. Today, it is so strong that even a small storm cannot cause any harm to it." Listen carefully, Aryan, because what I'm about to tell you is important. Always remember this, and you will be successful in life. If you always make comfortable choices, you will not grow as much as you can. But if you are ready to face the world despite all its challenges, no goal will be impossible for you to achieve. Never think of problems as hurdles, instead, see them as steps towards success. Aryan took a long breath, stared at the tree, and understood his uncle's words. Obstacles, which we often consider enemies in life, are the same challenges that make us stronger and more successful. Similarly, life is like a grand adventure filled with twists and turns that might seem like obstacles blocking our path. But guess what? These obstacles are like puzzles waiting to be solved. Just think about when you play a game. The fun part is figuring out how to overcome challenges. Life works the same way. Each hurdle you face is a chance to learn, grow, and become even stronger. So, don't let roadblocks discourage you. Embrace them, tackle them, and watch yourself level up in the game of life. You've got the skills, determination, and spirit to conquer anything that comes your way. I hope you gained some value from this story and try to implement it in your life. Always keep rising.